Alrighty, since a lot of people want to know how to customize your own character, I'm just going to make a quick little video just to get you guys started. And credit to Kat, who posted a written tutorial in the client help. It's pinned in client help if you want written instructions. It's not too hard, it is a little bit tedious, but here we go. So you're going to need Notepad++, and it's the top link. Click download, scroll down, click installer, and then follow the install wizard. Now that you have that, you can go into your OSFR server folder. Down here at the bottom there's a file called packet send self to client. Right click that, click edit with Notepad++. It'll pull it up and it'll look like this. And another file that you're going to want to open with Notepad++ is this client item definitions file. So same thing, right click, edit with Notepad++, and it'll come up there for you. So I'm just going to fix my character because I messed my character up, so we'll just do this the easy way. So in your OSFR client folder, if you go into resources, there will be, I guess, all of these, the character create things just from the character creator. These are just like the simple things that you can put on, but this is a good way to find the face type, just the different faces that you can have, and then there are the hair colors in here, and the hair, just the base hairstyles, things like that. You can see them all here, just as a starter reference. And the code that you would need for things like this, things like the head, like your face type, would just be the name of it. So for the hair, for instance, pay attention to if it's a male or female hair, because it does matter. I have a male hair, so there's an M here. And then I have mullet. That's just the hairstyle, mullet. And then my hair color, I want to change my hair color to black. That black for me can be 190. So over here in experimentation, in the pins, there is this doc that Missy made. If you go there, it does say hair colors, but you can use these codes for pretty much anything. And I think she's got all of them in here. This is just the easiest way to find them. There's also other places you can find these, but this one's just really easy to find. So I want my eyes to be regular red, so I'll go 330. Skin tone 2 is fine. Blue dots is the makeup that I'm wearing right now. I'll leave that. And it's the same with face paint. If you want a certain face paint, it's just the name of the face paint as one word. Down here is the player position. If you want to change your spawn point, you can. I believe somewhere in the Discord somebody has documented various spawn points. So next you can change your username. For the first name, you can just put your first name, and then last name, your last name. If you don't want a last name, just put a space in. Now on to clothes. This is the more complicated part, I suppose. So from the very top, you're just going to scroll down, and eventually you'll get to start of inventory. and you'll see head, gloves, shirt, pants, shoes, back, weapon, jewelry, power shard, flare shard, and costume. These are going to be the values that you're going to want to change your outfit. So, first I'll change what I have on my head. I had on my head a pair of glasses, so I'm going to go to search, find, and let's search in glasses. And there were some, I think these were them, there were some blacksmith goggles. So here's my thing that I want. I'm going to scroll up until I see item ability entries above my item. Right underneath item ability entries, there's an unknown, and it's going to be this number here. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to go back into packet send self to client, and then I'm going to search for that number in here. You might have to click it a couple of times, but once you get to one that looks like this with a tint and a GUID, this is what you want. So I've got my GUID here for, I'm going to save that for later. While I'm down here, if you know what color you want it to be, you can go ahead and change the tint. I want mine to be purple. I've already got purple right here. I want them to be dark purple, so 465. And then I have my GUID copied, and I'm going to scroll all the way back up, and then I'm going to scroll down from there to my head, and here is where I'm going to paste the item GUID. And there we go. And then we're going to save that. And just to show you that I now have purple blacksmith glasses on now, I'm going to go ahead and open up Free Realms. And as you can see, I have on these purple glasses. And just to show another example, let's go with my t-shirt. Before, I had been wearing what was a warrior shirt. It was something with a skull on it. I know that it was skull was somewhere in the name, so that's what I'm going to look up. I'm going to look around until maybe I can find it. This is it. So back up here, item ability entries, the number right below that. Copy it, go back to packet send to self client, search for the number. There it is. The GUID is right here. I want it to be black. Black is 190. I'm going to scroll back up, go down to shirt, and paste it. And then I'm going to hit save just to see, double check, make sure that it worked. This is not the shirt that I thought that it was, but it did work. I did change my shirt. I just changed to the wrong shirt. Either way, it still worked. This is a nice shirt. It kind of goes with the outfit. Anyways, that's the basics on how to change your clothes and the color, and your hairstyle and your makeup. And if you go to open Free Realms and it brings you to that broken web page, that means that you did something wrong in your packet send self to client JSON. So just undo what you just did and save it again and make sure that it opens. I hope that at least helps some of you get started on changing your clothes. Eventually in the future, like, there's kind of no point to doing this just because, you know, in the future it'll be able to do it for us. But it's fun to do for now. It's like really complicated dress-up game.